Alex, you're known as the founder of WCEC. So what got you into cars in the first place?
I'd say it really started off when I was a kid. None of my family members really enjoyed cars. We were a family of computers and stuff like that, so I always wanted to try and find an outlet for creativity, and I couldn't do that with computers really. I sucked at painting, I couldn't write, and I couldn't sing, so that left me with cars. And at that point in my life, I actually was trying to find something that I would enjoy. And the first Fast and the Furious movie came out, and to me it just kind of clicked, is that I wanted to do something with cars. I didn't really know what, because I was a little bit younger, but it manifested into kind of where I am today.
So let's hear a little bit more about the Z.
So I currently own a 1976 Datsun 280Z. It's got a 355 small block Chevy that is supercharged, and it currently puts out about anywhere from 430 to 450 depending on what beautiful weather we have outside, and about 460, 470 torque. Weighs like 2,400 pounds. It is a spirited little monster that has had a lot of history personally. I picked up the car from Chicago and immediately started going through it, the good and the bad. Oil leaks, differential problems, U-joints, everything. But the body was there, and the body was clean. There was no rust, there was nothing wrong with it in that aspect. So I had a friend, Herb, that started walking me through how to work on a V8, and he taught me a lot that first winter that I owned it. But it never really was out of a problem. There was always something wrong with it, and experienced some pretty heavy oil leaks, some warping, some engine mount problems and things like that. So it went under the knife again until everything was sorted and figured out. And then the intake valve on cylinder 1 decided to stop working, and it cracked some things. So I ended up getting the engine actually overhauled by Fast Freddy's here in Eau Claire. Took about 7 months in total, and now it's got 9 to 0 to 1 compression. It's got the valve job. It has aftermarket exhaust. It's all custom work to fit the Z. It's got the different intake, and I think it's a 650 double barrel. But I got the car back this year, and we refinished all of the fiberglass and fixed up some of the bumps and scratches and all that sort of fun stuff. And we actually plasti dipped it, which was a big deal. I essentially wanted to do it to prove to people that you can make dip look good if you try. And I actually had a friend fly up from South Carolina to do that for me. So we dipped it, and everything was great. And I actually had an individual then travel from Appleton, Corey Jensen, to graffiti the back of my car. And so now the back of my car features a really cool sort of Japanese style drawing. That will be on there until the paint, or until the dip peels off. And now that it's finally back in one piece, the transmission blew up. So it's got a T56, it's all good to go, I hope, and it'll be ready for next year for some more events.
So what inspired you to create WCEC, to get it to where it is now, with over 30,000 members?
I never really planned on it getting to where it is today. It really just started out with a small idea that I had, and that was just that people could be nice to each other within the car community regardless on how long you've been in it or what sort of cars you owned or anything like that. There was a local car cruise here in Eau Claire that I went to ever since I was probably 14 years old, and there were a lot of people there that were overall just very rude, very mean, very disrespectful. And as I got more and more into cars, I would have thought that it may have gotten better, but unfortunately it never really did. And one night it just kind of clicked with me that those things weren't going to change. So I created a Facebook page, and it was an idea that I could talk to my friends about cars and ask questions and get insight and not be slammed for it. So that's what it started out with, and maybe 22 people were in the group when I first made it, and it just kind of kept growing from there.
If you had to, would you do it all again to make another group like WCEC?
Absolutely. I would say that I would. Anything that I think I would have a passion in, I would love to be able to do the same thing that I've done with cars, that I could do with photography or, business or marketing or things like that. But these opportunities don't necessarily come along every day. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of patience. It's a lot of long nights. It's a lot of headaches too. I think there's a lot of trouble that comes with the good, and a lot of people will only see one or the other, but I think it's worth the trouble and the difficulties that come with making something like what we have now.
So what have been the biggest challenges of being the founder of such a group?
Being, not necessarily on purpose, but being the face of the club can be a little much. I've never really been one for that kind of attention, nor have I ever been that kind of person to handle that much ridicule. I was always very quiet. I never really talked a whole lot. I was really focused on me when I was younger, and the whole car club just did a 180 for me. Everything changed to where I was thinking about everybody else and how I could help other people, and taking more initiative on making changes and making decisions and doing things like that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with. And I just learned and rolled with the punches, and it's been a ride.
I can imagine. For our members out there in the group, do you have anything else to add?
Not really. I think that a lot of times we sometimes forget what the club is for, and I think we let a lot of little things get in front of us when we should be looking at the big picture. I know we're big, and I know we're a big group. We've got people from all different walks of life coming together on a single page with 1,000 different passions, trying to have this mutual ground to be able to talk to one another. And it's important that our members know that that's not always going to be possible. It is naturally difficult for somebody to talk to another person when you don't share the same opinion. But we're not asking, and I'm not asking, that you be all accepting. I'm not asking that you drop what you enjoy and pick up anything that you might not enjoy in hopes that you don't hurt somebody's feelings. But what we try to give you is the opportunity to have a mutual respect for another enthusiast, because that's what it comes down to, is mutual respect, and being able to talk to somebody even if you don't agree with them in a way that you can be an adult on the internet and you can share your passion with somebody without slamming them. And if you do not agree with the person, that you're able to talk to them in a way that isn't childish. And it's tough, but I definitely think that we can do it, and I think that we are doing that. As we continue to get bigger, we'll continue to realize that, the more events that we hold and the more things that we do for our community, I think definitely solidify our core values as a group and as what we're trying to accomplish. So that would be the only thing I would take away, is just remember that we're always watching and to just have fun. Don't make it more than what it is. Just have fun.
Hello, Admin Wooshaw here. That was our very first Member Spotlight video with Alex Martinez, our founder. From this video on, we will be uploading videos bi-weekly with Member Spotlights once a month, and then how-to videos, vlogs, reviews, and events will be uploaded in between. If you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe so that you can keep up to date with what we have going on. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, it's not just a hobby, it's a passion.